What's up, internet? My name's Seth and we are back again with some more Trove. This is going to end up being a tutorial that's kind of irrelevant to you guys because it was on the test server, and of course the test server is not online anymore. But I did want to actually put this out there so that when the Trove Geode update ends up coming out June 26th, you guys are going to be able to know exactly where you're going to end up getting companion eggs. So there's going to be one of the 3 different portals right here. It doesn't matter which one you end up picking, and you have to get to tier 2. So I'll put in a screenshot right here of what tier 2 actually ends up looking like. The LED blocks above the entrance are going to determine what leveled, like what tier of cave you're going to be going in. But in tier 2 and up, you're going to be able to see bronze companion eggs show up in layers. So this is going to be a screenshot of the sign that actually shows what the layer looks like. And then all you gotta do is just go into the layer, hope that it actually generated with an egg, grab it. By the way, it's instance based, meaning that if you and another player are there, you're not gonna have to rush and race for the egg to actually beat them. They're going to grab the egg on their side, and then you're still going to see the egg on your screen, and then you can grab it for yourself as well. And then essentially what you do with the eggs is you take it over to the egg incubator, and you gotta wait 10 hours for the egg to end up incubating. Accelerators you can end up using to lower the time every 2 hours for every one of these that you end up using. And lodestars are going to kind of they're supposed to increase the rarity drop chance of what you end up getting out of these eggs, but they don't really. The eggs themselves essentially are going to end up unlocking stuff in the style section. It's going to be companions. These guys are going to give you normal mastery, which is more important than them also giving you geode mastery. But then on top of that, you can just set any of these guys to end up being you know, a vanity for your ally. So if we actually right click that one right here, and then I just select a normal ally, you can see, hey, we've actually got this guy. We can take him out into the main world. You're not going to be able to use any of these bad boys for actual farming or anything, just for looks. And this half of the video is a little bit later, guys, because we've actually had a couple weeks of the test server being available. And originally, silver and gold companion eggs were only obtainable through the cache shop. Silver eggs you can still obtain through greater caches, greater crystal caches that are exclusive to the cache shop, of course. They're going to end up being the rarest item that you can actually end up getting out of those boxes, right? Then you're also going to end up getting a silver companion egg out of the mastery, like the geode mastery. You're going to be able to get a couple of them in some of the later tiers, but they have since just recently ended up adding silver companion eggs to be found randomly, very rarely, they're not common, from tiers 3 and up in the layer section. So you're still going to be looking for companion eggs in the exact same way that I mentioned previously, where you have to wait for this layer sign, go in there, and then hopefully you're going to end up finding an egg. In most cases, you're going to end up finding a bronze egg from tiers 2 and up, but you can find a silver egg in tiers 3 and up to 5. And then golden companion eggs, which originally was exclusive to one pack that you could actually buy out of the cache shop. Those bad boys are now going to end up being an extremely rare drop that you can end up finding in tier 5. So it's really cool that the developers have been listening to our feedback and ended up actually making this change, because this is something that everybody, and I mean everybody, who ended up finding companion eggs for the first time was like, oh, can we find silver and gold eggs later on? And no, we weren't able to. So it's nice that they ended up actually changing that and making it so that you can actually find them, which does mean that free-to-play players are going to be able to complete pretty much everything about this update without spending a cent, as opposed to previously the best way of getting like silver and golden eggs was going to end up being out of the cache shop, even though those odds were already extremely, you know, extremely difficult. So in a lot of ways, I would say to like, even if you're a cache shop player, to avoid all of the cache shop stuff that's going to be coming out with this update, and instead just focus on leveling up your modules so that you can end up going into the deeper caves, and you're going to end up having the same, if not better, odds of actually getting the companion eggs, because for each time you end up going into the caves, you're going to find multiple layers and potentially can end up finding multiple eggs in each run. Anyways, hopefully that ended up answering any questions that you have about companion eggs. I'm hoping this video is going to end up staying relevant when the Trove Geode update ends up coming out later this month, but if people are still confused about it, maybe I'll end up making an updated tutorial if anything ends up changing more specifically. But until then, thanks for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Sayonara and stay epic.